Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Well, I hate to say it, but I was right again. But it was, again, not a hard choice or a hard prediction to make. The United States will provide Ukraine with cluster munition. It was the normal course of events and how everything, occurred in the past, year and 4 months or so. They will get everything little by little, slowly, because the Ukrainians have to defend themselves. Wink, wink. All right. So let me read you this article. I actually have two articles, one from Associated Press, then the other one I have from I think it's Military Times, and the other one I will give you some balancing explanation on what a cluster munition is, because the Associated Press does not make a good job in telling you exactly what they do. Why? Because you and I have to support it, and I don't. So let's start with this article first. Okay, and this article, as I said, comes from Associated Press. And this is the question: why the US is willing to send Ukraine cluster munitions now? Now, this is a piece that would have to convince you why it's necessary. That's the whole purpose of this, right? It just forms opinion. So it says the United States has decided to send cluster munitions to Ukraine to help its military push back Russian forces entrenched along the front lines. The Biden administration is expected to announce on Friday that it will send thousands of them as part of the new military aid package worth $800 million that you and I will support without being asked, according to people familiar with the decision. Okay, these are the subtitles. What is a cluster munition? And they give you a weasel definition. Why provide them now, which I'm not going to read. Is using them a war crime? Where have they been used? And then what's happening in Ukraine? All these are supposed to form your opinion and say, see, we have to do it. We are the country of the good. So what is a cluster munition? A cluster munition is a bomb that opens in the air and releases small bomblets across a wide area. The bomblets are designed to take out tanks and equipment as well as troops, hitting multiple targets at the same time. Pretty self-explanatory, like a regular bomb. The problem is it will hit troops indiscriminately. If civilians are around, they will be killed as well. That's the big problem. So that's all it gives you. It says in previous conflicts, cluster munitions have had a high dud rate, which means that thousands of small unexploded bomblets remained behind and killed and maintain people and maim people decades later. The US last used its cluster munition in battle in Iraq, 2003. So if they don't explode and they remain down, they can kill civilians and animals. Very eco-friendly. Did we sign the Paris Accords about the global warming and shit? I think so. But hey, anything for a good friend here. Why provide them now? Well, I'm not going to go into that because they can tell you whatever, because it's Monday or Tuesday. Is using them a war crime? Use of cluster bombs itself does not violate international law, but using them against civilians can be a violation, like any other weapon. But the problem is when you shoot them, and remember what I said up there, civilians can explode while stepping on them or, hitting them or whatever. As in any strike, determining a war crime requires looking at whether the target was legitimate and if precautions were taken to avoid civilian casualties. Blah, blah, blah. So it says here, where have they been used? They've been used including Serbia or Yugoslavia. What's happening in Ukraine? We don't care. Let's move here. This is the article comes from Military Times. US to provide Ukraine cluster munitions in new military aid package. They didn't ask us. They didn't say why. They didn't ask the question as these guys in the title. While the US is willing to send pop. This guy just say US to provide pop, bomb. And it says here, the decision comes despite widespread concerns that the controversial bombs can cause civilian casualties. The Pentagon will provide munitions that have a reduced dud rate, meaning there will be far fewer unexploded rounds that can result in unintended civilian deaths. So they could, but instead of killing, I don't know, 200,000, it's going to be about 20,000. So hey, you see, reduced dud rate. So this is what they say, and let me go to cluster munition, and it says cluster munition is exactly what it says here. Nothing changed, and it says cluster munitions are prohibited for those nations that ratified the Convention of Cluster Munition. The United States is not a country that ratified it. Neither is Russia. Well, neither is China, India. All these good countries, North Korea, Iran. So you see, all of a sudden, the United States is on the same side with Russia. Okay, not with Canada, though. If you see, look at the map, not with Canada, not with Australia, not with the European Union, but is with China and North Korea and Russia and Iran, all these Turkey, all these bad countries. You can look on them over the map. Okay, even Cuba has some signatory over there if you look at it. So here it is, United States, again being outside of the right, how do you call it, the right side of history. Why is United States not a signatory of this? You can say, well, because it doesn't have to. That's correct. But remember, when United States is a signatory of something, points its finger at the countries that are not signatory of whatever the United States is a signatory of. United States is also not a signatory or a member of the ICC, International Criminal Court from The Hague, together with Russia, China, and others. Why is that? Oh, we don't want to give our boys to be, taken care of by a judge over there. We don't give our boys. Yes, that's good. But on the other hand, you yell very loudly, right? Oh, the Russians should be brought. They issued a arrest warrant for Putin. Russia is not a signatory again. So again, Russia and United States are on the same team, the same as China, North Korea, Iran. Doesn't that concern you a little bit? I mean, United States could not be on that side. Should be on the side of civilized world. No? You gotta be kidding me. So anyway, and I'm gonna go here to the types. They did not say exactly what kind of types they will send. They will say, well, the ones with low rate of dud, bobby, boo, boo. Okay, so we have incendiary, all right, anti-personnel, anti-tank, mine-laying, chemical weapons, anti-electrical, leaflet dispensing. United States, for whatever reason, I don't know, if they send incendiary, that's going to be bad. They contain submunition of white phosphorus and napalm. Oh, napalm. That reminds me of Vietnam. The United States used napalm a lot. Now, this is with munitions. They send it now. They will send everything over there. Why? Because someone is losing. Otherwise, you would not give more and more and more. If you need to support someone against someone else with more weapons, that means something is going on over there and you're not very happy of the outcome over there. So, send that munition. I'm pretty sure those bomblets will not kill civilians. And it was something strange. Did you see at the types of cluster munitions, they mentioned chemical weapons? Very strange. Today, I read an article, today, the 6th of July 2023, I read an article stating that the United States disposed of the last chemical weapons that it had. That was earlier today, and this news with cluster munition is today, later. And the cluster munitions can be used with, isn't that something that they prepare? No. We remember, Even New York Times reported it, that we got rid of chemical weapons. We were done. We were done. We didn't have it. When that happened over there in Russia, it was Russian false flag operation. It was not us or anybody else, because we got rid of it about what, a week before that happened. I'm just giving you a heads up about that one, okay? Anyway, the United States will provide longer range missiles. They will, so they can shoot further inside Russia. I guarantee you that. 99%. That's the, okay? Everything is over there. Everything is going to be over there. Pretty soon it's going to be boots on the ground, legit. Not like right now, we're doing it, how should I put it? Covert operations or secret missions, or as volunteers and all that. No, they will say we have to go in to make sure that we protect the civilians or something like that. They will give a very lame reason or a strong reason, but and then the population said, yes, we should do that. Yeah, we're good people. Yeah, we're good people. But we said, send cluster munitions over there. Well, we need it because we're good people. We're not a signatory of that convention, but we're good people. Oh, ICC, no signatory. It's okay. We're good people. We're good people. Yes. Well, what do you want? If such a... I was about to say something. Anyway, my friends, this is it. Just... so many coincidences. So when you hear again the United States weighing on should we send this, should we do that, yes, you can. That's been already determined and agreed upon a few years ago or months ago, or already. Yeah, if that happens, we're going to do that. We're going to do that. That's the way we do it. You'll see. You will see. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.